Hello everybody. I want to talk about a few reasons that you might have trouble learning the fretboard. And it goes a little something like this. For one thing, a lot of times whenever we're playing guitar, and we learn this riff and we learn that chord progression and we learn this little lead part, and we learn all these different things, but we don't in our mind put them together as part of a bigger pattern. So as a result, we have all these different guitar solos over here and chord patterns over here and everything, and all these different compartments, and we don't see how they all fit together, so it ends up being just a lot of different things to remember, and then it doesn't work out so well. The other thing is kind of a similar deal, where whenever we do actually just sit down and try to memorize something, whether that might be the note names or scales or whatever it is, that we end up trying to learn a whole bunch at a time, like trying to memorize a whole bunch of different things at once. Like I'm going to memorize this entire, scale pattern up here, or memorize all the notes of blah blah blue, whatever you're talking about. And we try to learn a lot of it. Maybe it sticks, maybe it doesn't. So, what's the alternative to that? How do we get around either one of those two things? Well, the first, of course, is you just have to start learning how all the different things are fitting together. Because what you'll find the more that you look into guitar is that all the patterns, they all fit together. You know, things you move up and down the fretboard, and minor scales are just major scales rearranged, and all these things. So you end up, the more you break it down, the more you realize that how things are put together, and then it's one thing versus a lot of separate things. And whenever you make connections between things, that's what helps your brain to actually remember and hold it together. So in other words, think about it like this. You know, if you've learned different guitar solos, odds are, even if the songs are in different keys, if you, like I say, move it to like where the keys would match up, just in other words, look for the pattern, you'll probably see some of the same scales. If the songs are actually in the same key, you could probably kind of map out which notes are the one solo plays and which one the other, and start seeing how it actually connects inside of maybe the scale that they're actually using. The point being, the more you can connect, the more you'll be able to remember. In another video where I talked about what I think is the easiest way to learn the fretboard, I talked about connecting the minor scales to the minor power chords. Once you see those on top of each other and you put those two ideas together, you're going to be more likely to remember both of them, whereas most people still have those ideas as separate. They still see, oh, I've got my scales over here, and then I've got my chords over here, and if those two don't overlap, you're separating out, and you're having to learn separately as opposed to learn one piece. The other thing about that is, like, let's say, to solve the other problem, is to try to learn in small, manageable pieces. So maybe, hey, if you're going to play guitar every night or once a week, either way, hey, every time you sit down, maybe just really learn one or two notes and just really get those down, and then each time you play, add a few more notes on top of it. Just do things in reasonable ways like that so that it's able to stick. And hopefully this will help you when you put it all together, learn more.
Time is flowing backward to a life without a care. Trying to find a memory, but it wasn't there. Maybe it's something I don't know, maybe I don't care. Maybe it's something you should outgrow, maybe you should share.